In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create forms using Google Documents. Now, Google Documents are a component of the Google website. In addition to being a search engine, Google offers all sorts of other utilities, such as docs and pictures and blogs, to allow you to have more of a web presence. The forms that I'm talking about here are web pages specifically designed for you to gain information from your audience. Whether it be a teacher creating a quiz for students or an administrator creating a survey for faculty or parents. Google Forms is a great way to do this. It allows you to add your questions in an interface, decide what type of question it is, multiple choice or scaled kinds of questions, and then it takes all the information back from your users as they submit the form and organizes it into a spreadsheet that you can generate charts and graphs and disaggregate the data from. So the good news is all you need is an internet connection and point your browser to google.com, and when we switch over to the desktop view, we'll talk about how we go through and create those forms. Now in your browser you're going to want to go to google.com. Along the top of the toolbar you'll see a button that says More, and if you pull that button down you can slide your cursor down and select Google Documents. Now, it's going to ask you to sign in with your Google account, and Google accounts are free, but you do need to create one to be able to access Google Documents. This is good because one of the features of Google Documents is that it stores the documents that you create out on a web space that is available to you or anyone you choose to share these files with anytime, any place. And so the login and the account settings make it so that you can get to these whether you're at school, at home, or whatever. When you come into the Google Documents interface, we're going to go to Create New, and we're going to select Form. Now, in the form that we're going to create today, and this will just be a sample, but to give you an idea, you start out with a blank template with certain information. For example, this untitled form, we'll call this our cafeteria survey, just for illustrating purposes. Give your survey a title, and then in this area we're going to talk about what the survey instructions are. So please complete the survey on menu offerings at Coal City Schools. Automatically you get question number 1. By default, the question type starts off as text, but you can choose from a regular text input, a paragraph text, which allows your user to put in a longer answer, a multiple choice problem or a question type, checkboxes as a question type, or they can choose from a list, use a Likert scale, for example, poor to excellent from 1 to 5. It depends on what you're trying to do. So in this sample question, we'll use a multiple choice format. So in the question title, we'll say it's pick your favorite. Pick your favorite food. In the help text area, you can mark information that helps them answer the questions. For example, mark only one choice or what have you. And then down in the where the bulleted sections are, you can put in your answers for A, B, C, or D. So we'll say pizza, chicken, and tacos. For each question, you have the ability to say whether or not the question is required. And then when you click Done, it's question number 1. It automatically throws you to question number 2, which you can edit by clicking on the pencil. Notice you can go back to question 1 and edit it at any time also. Done closes the editing field and lets you move on to the next question. In this one we'll use this question type just as a comments field, and we'll use a paragraph text just to show you a different interface. So right now these are the 2 questions that I have on my survey. You'll notice that at the very bottom of your browser window it lets you know where you can view the published form from, and if you click that it will take you out on the internet to that page where your form exists. And you would be able to direct people to go to this hyperlink, or you can insert this hyperlink into your web page. Or if you notice back here on the form, you can choose to email this form to whoever you want to. Send it that way. You can also get the code to embed this form into your blog or website. So if you don't like sending a long link out to somebody to have to follow, you can embed this into the page that you already have built. By default, you get this kind of plain Jane theme that it selects for you, but you can come in and pick from several pre-selected themes and apply them to give the survey a different look when people go out on the internet to take a look at it. Okay. If you want to come back and add other questions, you go to Add Item, and you can add the different types of questions from here, or you can add section headers and page breaks. But what's really important, I guess, is when people come out here to complete the survey, let's say I choose pizza, and then I type here some comment, and I hit submit, the user gets a thank you. The response is going to appear in the spreadsheet. You can edit this. I'll show you how to do that. Back here on the Edit Form page, we go to More Actions to edit confirmation, and you can add or delete anything you want. Notice that if you put a web address and hit Save, back on your form, when you resubmit, the second thank you gives you a link that you can then follow back to take them back to wherever it is that they were going in the first place. Okay. If you go to the See Responses window to look at the spreadsheet summary, what it creates for you is a spreadsheet back in your Google Documents that gives a timestamp of when the information was dropped into place, what they put in your text, or what choice they made out of your multiple choice, and any comments that they made. Additionally, you're able to show a summary of responses, and they'll give you charts and graphs. In this case, I only have 2 responses, and they were all for pizza, and so I have a pie graph here where so far all of my answers are pizza. But again, the power of this really comes in being able to quickly and easily create surveys of all types with different types of questions, publish them out to a web interface that looks fancy or not, lets someone submit that information back to you that you can utilize. Back on your Google Documents interface, notice that my cafeteria survey comes up here, and at any time I can go back in and open it, make changes, look at the data, create charts and graphs, etc.